Previously on Gutter Trash.
Well, whatever works.
No, he said, hey, and I said, hey. And then I just sort of like hid in the back of Mavericks until he left.
Like you should do the once a month happy day. Where everywhere you go.
Where I masturbate 7 times a day?
No, once a month.
Oh, once a month, okay. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kneeled over and like all of a sudden I just heard my knee snap.
You know, it's like frilly love and happiness. Like, oh, nice shirt to like strangers and just like, see what happens. You never know. You might make a lasting friendship.
So there are Asians from Ohio,
like Johnny Bench. Oh yeah, he was going to do the spray on tan.
Not everyone can be as beautiful as I am. I know.
How do you do it?
It's natural.
We'll stop playing Striper.
You're a fucking KKK member.
I am not.
Nazi.
I've donated to public radio. First time I saw a picture of Poison, I was like, wow, they're really hot.
Fuck.
Okay, Pat. Your hair is really nice, and you draw pretty good. And you seem like you brush your teeth a lot. And you've never left fingerprints on my walls. Thanks, Pat.
Welcome, Gutter Trash, episode 21.
We're legal to drink now.
Yeah, alright.
Alright,
I
anniversary.
want to drink to that.
Alright.
My red cream soda.
And my,
Sierra Nevada.
backwash of Sierra Nevada. There's only like 2 scoops there.
2 scoops?
Yeah.
Alright.
You know, like Raisin Bran.
Yeah. Did you drink all of them already?
No, I think there's one.
One more?
There's one more.
So
No, there's 2 more. There's 2
Okay,
more.
alright.
Yeah, I've only drank 4.
I'm Eric.
I'm Jason.
Second show of the day.
Doubleheader.
Yeah, we're like bad comedians. Doing 2 shows Sunday night.
Or the Cubs in the afternoon of 1993.
Oh, they do more than... They've done doubleheaders more than that since 93.
I used to watch 93.
Okay.
And back in 93. I used to watch the doubleheaders.
I would watch the Cubs if I had cable. But I don't, so I can't.
I would too.
I'd ask how things are going, but we just did a show.
I had some really good Indian food tonight.
I did too.
Yeah.
Although I think it may be repeating on me, but it could be the Taco Bell I had earlier.
It's coming back to haunt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good going down, though.
What'd you have?
Fuck. I knew you were going to ask me that.
Chicken.
Had chicken in it.
Oh, chicken jalfrezi.
Jalfrezi, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
I had the Navratan korma.
Yeah.
With some aloo naan at the local Ajanta, India.
Yeah.
Oh,
had,
so good.
I had the chef's special naan, which had...
mice tails and peppermint patties.
I think so, yeah. I know for sure it had like onions, peppers, chicken, and cheese in it.
Yeah, and you had chicken.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't know that they had a bread with chicken inside of it.
I wouldn't have thought so either.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't eat chicken anymore, but when I did, I would have freaked out about bread with chicken inside of it.
Right. Well, there's nothing I can say. I would make fun of you being a vegetarian, but it's so passe.
I'm such an easy target.
Yeah.
It's like you're the bigger man. You won't even kick me when I'm down.
Exactly.
It's like making fun of Rob Liefeld's proportional skills.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Besides, I got so much fodder to use on you in like a week and a half or 2. I'm not going to bring that up on the show.
It's a Galactus of a joke.
Yes. But I think you're making a poor life decision, and I'm going to kick you when you're down.
It's all I do is poor life decisions. Why stop now? 31 years and counting.
You realize that I would only make fun of you because, I'm just trying to cry out for help because of my own poor life decisions.
Well, I can respect that.
Yeah. It's like a cry for help.
I'm with you. Solidarity through mutual stupidity.
Yeah. Ooh, money.
Hey,
$1.
That's enough to buy you not much of anything.
Not really. Can't even buy a pop.
Yeah, or a candy bar.
Maybe a candy bar.
Really?
But like a small one, like a small crappy one that I wouldn't want to eat.
I can't remember the last time I
like
spent
$1,000 or something like that. I think that's the one that has like salted pretzel in it or something like that. It's like, yeah, why?
I saw chocolate covered potato chips at the grocery store the other day.
The Mike Sells.
Oh, whose idea was that?
I don't know. Well, I think it's Mike Sells and
Esther Price.
Esther Price, the two big local.
Both quality things.
Yeah.
But it's not
good together. No,
it's not peanut butter and chocolate,
no.
people.
Yeah,
it's potato chips and chocolate.
Yeah, there are just certain things that you shouldn't put together.
Yeah,
that's among them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although, I can't remember if it was junior high or high school, but when you go through the cafeteria, instead of just getting whatever they had that day, you could actually pick stuff that you wanted.
Oh yeah.
So probably high school. You're allowed to have a choice.
Yeah, that's when you're 18. You can start.
They trust you to make your own food decisions.
You can order Salisbury steak or pizza.
Right.
You're an old man now.
But they had almost every day they had French fries, and they had an ice cream machine, and I didn't do what you think I'm going to.
Okay. I was thinking chocolate vanilla swirl on top of cheddar fries.
No. But I would get the ice cream, or not the ice cream. I would get the French fries, and they had little those little paper cups
for ketchup.
For ketchup, you could put Hot Fuzz sauce in it for the ice cream.
Huh.
And one of my friends had the ice cream with the little cup of hot fudge, and I had my fries. And all of a sudden, I just thought it would be funny if I dipped my fries in the hot fudge.
And then an epiphany happened.
It was quite good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, potatoes and sweets do go good together. I actually have a great aunt who, when I was younger, I think she's passed away now, but when I was younger, we both...
That's sad. You don't know when your members of your own family have passed on.
She's a great aunt. She has to be dead. No, we both... I'd go to her house, and we'd eat French fries with... we'd pour ketchup on top of the French fries, and then we would slather them with sugar. I don't mean, sprinkle, you'd put a little bit of salt on your French fries. Sugar all over them.
All right.
And it was really good.
I can almost understand French fries and the sugar.
Yeah.
But the ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
It's beyond disgusting.
It's like, I'd get a box of Microwave Magic. Remember those things?
No.
It was like these...
Magic the Gathering?
No, nothing that cool. We're not talking about Elspeths here. But, no, it was a microwavable box of fries, and when I was in 8th grade, I ate those so much. Watching episodes of Three's Company,
right.
Microwavable French fries, ketchup and sugar on top. It was on. That was a Thursday night or a Friday morning or whatever. I don't even know.
Wow. But yeah, anyway, I've seen those Mike Sells Esther Price monstrosities for sale. I don't get it. It's like only people from Dayton will get this. It's like if Leg Bone and Gotta Buy Voices did a show together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all right, on their own, you can like them separately.
Right.
But them doing a jam session together,
yeah,
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna fly.
It'd be an odd little atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, we've mentioned local bands and local snack food companies. It's all about Dayton in this episode.
Well, it's all about Dayton every episode.
Heck yeah, I love this town.
We're proud of where we're from.
I was born here, I'm going to die here.
Same here. And I'm okay with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've resigned our fate to living out...
I wouldn't say resign.
Eking out our existence.
But, I'm comfortable here. There's no need for me to ever move anywhere else if I have to.
Didn't some great philosopher say something about how comfort is the the weak spot of the man's soul or something.
No, I don't know. All I know is that, you can try to fool yourself that, I could move away to some big city and all my problems are going to disappear too.
Right.
They're not.
I agree with that totally. I mean, especially in this digital day and age. I mean,
right.
We're aspiring cartoonists. We could do it here as easily as anywhere else except for the connections.
Right.
But once you know you're good or you've got your work out there in whatever field you're in, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
You can email it to wherever.
Exactly. And I'm so antisocial, borderline sociopath that I can't make connections anyway with people, so, it's fine.
Networking, it's a vicious thing.
Yeah, I don't even like ordering food because I have to talk to the person.
Right. You have to hear someone yelling in the background. What was that? What was that guy yelling? The pizza place?
God, yeah.
He was singing something.
Yeah, who knows?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was funny too. Good times.
Good times indeed.
Your styrofoam just came alive.
Okay.
There's a styrofoam container over in the corner and it just moved by itself.
I'm pretty sure it didn't.
No, I heard it move.
No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're just drunk.
Well, that's awesome. So,
yeah.
How are things? Things are good?
Things are alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your crazy neighbors wake you up today?
No. I'm actually beginning to suspect that they might be gone.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think maybe when the bike got stolen that... have I mentioned that on the show?
No, you get to witness their bike being stolen?
Yeah, because it was one of the nights when I was working, till like 9 o'clock at night. And I got home and... for the listener, right across the street from my apartment building.
The listener is Pat.
I know. He's never been here either. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, I guess he has, kind of.
Has he?
Yeah, he was in the car with you when you dropped me off for space
last
year.
Okay.
But anyway, we have, like, another listener, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy in Australia.
Yeah. But across the street from my apartment building is a grocery store. And so... I'm walking up to my door and fumbling for my keys. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I've been up since 4. And I see this kid walking across the parking lot at Dots, the grocery store, cross the street and come into my parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I get inside my apartment. I close the door and I look out the window and I see him and another kid walking down my sidewalk. And I walk into my kitchen and I look out the window. One of the kids is missing. The other kid's just kind of walking in a little circle around in front of my window there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I hear this loud thud. And,
That was a loud thud.
Yes, it was. And, I apologize. I was trying to make a point. I look out and I see the other kid with the bike that was parked up in the landing at the apartment above me.
Right.
And he just rides off.
Yeah.
And the other kid follows.
And it's not their kid.
It's not theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The woman who lives above me is like a 50-year-old black woman. These are like, 19-year-old white kids.
Right.
At most. They're probably like 16.
I was going to say, 19 is kind of old to be stealing bikes.
Well, unless you're a douche.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Yeah.
So they made off with a bike?
They just rode off with a bike.
What did the other kid do, the bikeless one?
I guess he was lookout or something.
But he just kind of walked behind him?
Yeah.
You didn't really care to catch.
I really didn't care, but...
Seriously, you couldn't catch them, but you wouldn't really care about your
Right.
neighbors. You hate your neighbors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have run outside, but I didn't care. And,
See, I think I mentioned this before. Isn't this like the Spider-Man thing, the dilemma with Uncle Ben, though, where great power comes great responsibility?
Well, I have no great power.
You witnessed the crime, and you could have stopped him, and now he's... What if he rides his bike to Beaver Creek and like robs your parents? How horrible, serendipitously or whatever would that be?
Well, considering it's been 2 weeks now, he has not robbed my parents.
Maybe he's a slow biker.
It's true. My parents do have an alarm though, since we did get robbed when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah. I've never told that either.
I don't think so. Like breaking and entering?
Yeah, I came home from school. I was in the 6th grade, and I saw that the front door was kind of open. Mm-hmm. And around this period of time, occasionally my parents would leave the door open in the spring, let the air in and all that.
Flow of Mother Nature coming through.
So I walked in and I saw like the closet door, like when I walk in, was kind of open, and then I walked into the living room and just kind of, I mean, it wasn't like super out of place, but I saw that like the VCR where it should have been was empty.
Oh yeah.
And then I noticed the patio door was kind of cracked open just a little bit, and so I just started looking around the house and just like the couch cushions were overturned, the beds were all pulled off of their bed springs.
What were they looking for under the couch? Like change?
Yeah. Just money, yeah.
That's ridiculous. They must have been there a while.
Yeah. They didn't touch anything in my bedroom. But like they went into the office and they pulled out like this big box that my dad had, and they dragged that in the living room and turned it upside down and dumped it, and searched through it and stole all my mom's jewelry and all my dad's jewelry.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. I had a little piggy bank, and they cracked open the bottom, and they stole that. I had like $11.50 pieces in that.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
I guess what they did was they'd been keeping an eye on the house for like a month to like get the routine down. And then they went up to the door, rang the doorbell when no one answered. They took a crowbar and wedged it into the side of the front door and swiped it down to break the lock.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then they left out the back door.
So, but all they got was like a VCR and like $12 and change?
No, they stole all the jewelry.
The jewelry, yeah.
Whatever money was lying around, and we had 2 VCRs, so they stole both.
Man, that's horrible.
Yeah. And this is like the same guy who robbed, like, there was a house behind us, and a friend of my parents who lived, further away in Beaver Creek. They got them too.
Did they ever catch them?
Yeah, eventually. Took a while, but they got them.
Kids?
No, just one guy.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, my parents' friends knew his name, had like his picture framed in their living room, like with all their kids' pictures.
Oh, why?
Just because I guess they thought it was funny.
Because he had robbed them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What kind of thinking? It's pretty bizarre.
They were the kind of people who just pretty much saw the humor and everything.
That's good. Yeah, that's the way you gotta be. I mean, if shit like that happens, you gotta kind of laugh at it and move on, because you'll drive yourself crazy.
Yep. So speaking of crime and funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We watched a movie just a few minutes ago. Finished it.
Yeah.
Called Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
Starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
And Timothy Dalton.
I
couldn't believe that was him. I swear I was like, at the end I was like, I have to see the credits because this guy looks just like Timothy Dalton. I want to see what his real name is. And it was Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
He was great.
Oh, yeah.
Timothy Dalton was awesome.
Let's see, it's directed by Edgar Wright. And I think like most of the smaller cast, or like the people that you maybe don't recognize, they were all involved, I think, in Shaun of the Dead. Mm-hmm. I know they reuse a lot of the same actors from that movie as well. So
I recognized a couple of the like the cops,
the
London cops especially.
Yeah,
like not the higher up guy, but the mid-level guy. There's like the second guy that interviews Simon Pegg when he's trying to leave.
Yeah,
I swear he looks super familiar.
I cannot remember off the top of my head where I've seen him from, but yeah, I have seen him.
I was like, is he from? I was like Flatliners, Nightbreed. I couldn't figure it out.
I can look it up.
Oh, I don't even know.
I'm going to look it up because it's the kind of guy I am.
But yeah, that was a good movie. You'd seen it before.
Yes, I have. I've seen it like 3 times.
You own it.
This is like my 4th time seeing it.
It's like 8 discs on the DVD.
It's 3.
Still, that's crazy. I mean, 3 discs, that's cool, but it seems like a movie that's not, 2001 or Star Wars. I'm surprised they give 3 discs to anymore.
Right. Well, the nerd
Quotient
groups that we run around in, I think it almost does have a sort of Star Wars-like following.
To be fair, nerds don't run. They shuffle at best.
That's true.
Okay.
I pace briskly.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
Well,
what was that?
the main, the big guy, the big head chief guy.
Uh-huh.
He was in Shaun of the Dead. He played.
He was the dad.
Stepfather.
Yeah. I thought I recognized that guy.
He's also been in a ton of other shit like Underworld.
I never saw him.
Don't ever.
Yeah. Would you veto it if I picked it?
Yes, just because I don't want to be that bored ever again.
Yeah.
I've already seen it twice. That's way the fuck too much.
Who was the main head cop in the small town?
The small town.
I can't remember the name of the town. Oh my gosh.
Nick Frost's dad.
Yeah.
Sanford is the town.
Sanford, yeah. It's like the show.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I want to say Jim Broadbent, but let me double check.
Jim Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent, I am correct.
He was super familiar looking. Couldn't place him though.
Let's see, what's he been in? Harry Potter, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That's right. That's where I know him from.
I can't talk. Well, you can't talk about that movie on this show because
yeah, I've been banned from talking about any Indiana Jones movie that sucks. So I won't talk about that one.
It's a good thing that there are none of them that suck, except for maybe the first one.
Oh, come on!
Oh, that one's. I can't stand it.
Oh, okay.
Kate Blanchett is in this movie.
In which movie?
Oh shit! Kate Blanchett was his girlfriend.
She was the
one in the hazmat suit.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That was a hilarious scene.
Yeah.
The hazmat suits.
And Peter Jackson was Santa.
Really? The murdering Santa.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Steve Coogan was the
guy I'm thinking
middle level police officer from London.
Where do I know that guy from?
Let's see. Night at the Museum. Sunshine? No, that's his TV show.
Oh, Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
He was the director.
Yeah.
He was the director in Tropic Thunder. Which was a hilarious movie, by the way.
I've not seen it.
It's pretty good.
I've only heard mixed things about it so far. So I guess that adds you to the positive.
I would throw my gold into the positive side.
Alright. Your gold, really?
I have no gold.
Okay.
So yeah, Hot Fuzz, pretty funny.
Hells yeah.
And pretty unexpected as far as like the plot. It was like Scooby-Doo meets the Wicker Man meets Dirty Harry.
It's odd that you mentioned the Wicker Man because Edward Woodward was in both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a.k.a. the Equalizer.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize he was in Wicker Man. Was he?
The original?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not the one with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. I've seen the original one, but it's been years.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Wicker Man, though, the like creepy town.
Yep.
But
yeah, he was the head of the NWA.
Which is not
niggas with attitude.
Not niggas with attitude.
Yeah.
But the Neighborhood Watch Association.
Yeah.
Which, maybe that was what Chuck D had originally planned. And he said he wanted something with a little more oomph. He's like, no, I'm saying, Flav, we'll be the Neighborhood Watch Association, you know what I'm saying?
I think Chuck D was in Public Enemy.
I know, I'm trying to be white. It was the Fat Boys that were in NWA. Of course I know that. No, it was Eazy-E and Ice Cube and all these other douchebags because that band's terrible.
Come on, fuck the police.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Ice Cube was in Anaconda, which you've seen like 4 times.
I've seen once. As far as like really shitty old school rap that's not Public Enemy, I think Ghetto Boys totally destroys NWA.
Destroys in a good way or bad way?
Oh, in a good way.
Okay.
Ghetto Boys is hilarious.
I've never heard the Ghetto Boys. But
They're pretty awesome.
I do like rappers with a good sense of humor, though.
Yeah. Well, Ghetto Boys have a sense of humor, but it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
But it's enjoyable at the same time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with dumb humor.
Yeah.
I can enjoy both Hot Fuzz and Cabin Boy.
Those are both funny.
Yeah. And one of them is really dumb. But both are awesome.
Both were good. Hot Fuzz, good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. Like I said, this is like the third time I've seen this movie, I believe. Saw it in the theater when it came out, like the weekend it came out. Man, I gotta just aside. The month that this movie came out in theaters was a great month for movie-going experiences.
Oh, yeah?
Grindhouse came out.
Uh-huh.
Hot Fuzz came out. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the movie, came out. And yes, I did see the Styrofoam movie.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, it totally moved that time. I haven't seen Aqua Teen. I've only seen the good half of Grindhouse.
Planet Terror?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, I don't even know. I shouldn't say that, but everyone I've talked to says Death Proof is kind of the turd in the Quentin Tarantino punch bowl.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Although, it seems to be your opinion that Inglourious Bastards may join it.
Yeah, that trailer doesn't... I mean, maybe it's just, maybe it's just a bad trailer or whatever, but
right.
that does not make me want to see that movie. I kept waiting for it to actually be funny or actually be cool looking, and it was like teetering between the two, and it couldn't quite make it in either direction.
Right. Yeah, it's a teaser trailer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's good. It's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, well, we all thought that before Death Proof.
I still haven't seen that.
I have, and it is the turd floating in his punch bowl,
really?
as you said. Yeah, it's... I'd like to say that maybe because of the Grindhouse experience, seeing like both movies together with all the trailers and everything inside of it, that because the trailers are all hilarious, and then Planet Terror, which was such a fast-paced, great roller coaster of a movie.
That was awesome, yeah.
And then Death Proof comes, and it's like hitting the fucking brick wall,
right? And
it just stops and becomes slow and boring for 2 hours.
See, I don't know why the trailers aren't on the DVD, because I've only seen Planet Terror on DVD. I didn't make it to the theater, and
because the movie bombed so horribly that Miramax or the Weinstein Company or whoever the fuck they are now freaked the fuck out and no longer want to associate either of those movies with ever being one whole part of a movie-going experience.
That's weird, though. I mean...
But that's what makes the movie.
Yeah.
Like, even though I really hated Death Proof, I may have enjoyed it more if it was the first movie.
Yeah. It's like when you see Helmet open up for Faith No More, you're like, right. That's perfect.
Yeah. But, but seeing both of the movies and the trailers all in one sitting is the experience of seeing that movie.
Right. That's how it was intended.
Right. So, yeah, just them splitting it up is just bullshit, is what I'm trying to say.
It's like it's one of those like Da Vinci triptychs. They just show you the first one. They're like, here's the left side of the triptych.
Yeah.
Buy that.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
But, speaking of Grindhouse, Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg did a trailer for that movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Called Don't.
Don't?
Don't. I'll see if I can find it online after we finish here. It's pretty funny.
Simon Pegg seems like he knows what he's doing. And if there's ever a movie based on the life story of Judas Priest, he has to play Rob Halford. He looks just like him. I couldn't get it out of my mind the whole time he's like jumping in the air and shooting. I was like, it's Rob Halford with guns. Which seems like an album cover to one of his solo albums. So.
Yeah. Could be. Well, definitely the leather.
And
see leather and guns.
And he was on a horse instead of a motorcycle,
That's true.
But still, I could see Rob Halford on a horse.
Yeah.
Why not?
Except in this movie, he wasn't breaking the law, though.
Oh, he was enforcing the law.
Damn straight.
Yeah, this movie...
I keep trying to push it back.
Bring it back. Okay, what I liked about it most was it was really fucking funny, but it was really action-packed, and it didn't seem like, it was a comedy with some explosions. It was an awesome action movie.
Yeah.
With lots of comedy.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah, it's the same as Shaun of the Dead. It's like, it's a hilarious movie, and it has zombies. Mm-hmm. It's a zombie movie that has a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah.
It's like they get how to do whatever they're mixing with comedy perfectly.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and it's such a smart movie. And I know this is like the first time you've seen it, so maybe you didn't catch some things. Mm-hmm. But like this is like the fourth time I've seen it, and like I started catching little bits of stuff.
Okay.
There's one scene where the guy's house explodes, and they're investigating it, and the guy is dead, and they're looking at him. In the background, there's the fire department.
I said something about
backdraft.
Yeah. He's like, man, it's like something out of backdraft.
Yeah. It's like the fire people are having their own little movie.
Yeah.
Back there where, they're talking about references to...
see, they should totally do a fire movie.
Because the whole premise of this movie is that Simon Pegg plays Nicholas Angel, who's like, the most badass cop in London. Mm-hmm. And because he's too good, he's making everyone else in London look bad. Right. So they transfer him to this little town where no crime happens.
Which is a great plot point. Yeah. I love that because you're like, that's... What? Is that it? And then they just go with it and you're like, okay, I'm on. I'm aboard.
And Nick Frost is Danny, who... When he figures out that Simon Pegg is like this badass cop, he starts becoming obsessed with him.
He's like his hero.
Yeah, Simon Pegg becomes his hero. And he starts asking him like all these questions about like, compared to like movies that he's seen. And he's obsessed with cop movies like and action movies.
Point Break. Which is a great movie. I've watched that very, very often.
I know you have. I looked over at you when they started talking about Point Break, and
yeah, that was amazing. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I watched Point Break last year, actually.
Last year, as in a year from now, or a year ago from now, or like as in 2 months ago.
Oh yeah, like just a few months ago. Yeah. It's pretty funny. Gary Busey, come on, Patrick Swayze, you can't beat that.
Yeah, well, maybe. I still won't ever see it. No, I have seen it once, and it was probably one of the most boring movies I've ever seen.
Oh, it's funny, though.
Whatever. Movie is pretty homoerotic.
Yeah, like, all the, all those scenes with, Simon Pegg and, what's his name, Nick Frost. Nick Frost.
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, right out of those cop movies where the lady's like, but you're married to the force, you can't, like all those scenes are in this movie except for it's like a buddy movie. Yeah. That's hilarious. They're like watching movies together, falling asleep, and cuddling up against each other, watching Bad Boys.
Buying plants for each other.
Buying plants.
And monkeys. There's the one scene where they're at the church and it's raining out and Nick Frost turns on. He's like, "You can't turn it off. You're always on the job." And he just starts running away.
That was great. Yeah, it's like an homage to all kinds of action movies. Like this is what I was talking about before. One of my friends told me he saw it, and my coworker Jeremy said he thought it was there's all these scenes that are homages to different action movies, and right. I could definitely see. I mean, The Matrix when they did the like slow motion like double-handed like gun jump, and like the old spaghetti westerns when he rode into town and on the horse and something else. There's a couple other ones, but yeah, you can tell like they really loved all these classic action movies,
right?
And they were like kind of spoofing them, but kind of nodding their head towards them too.
See, when you originally started talking about that, for some reason I had it in my head that he was talking about like it was like shot for shot, like replications of stuff that had been in other movies. And,
right.
Yeah, that I didn't know for sure, but homages or paying tribute to certain styles. I can definitely see that.
Even the shootout in the grocery store, which was one of the better scenes, I think.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Cobra with Sly Stallone when he shoots a guy like this guy's trying to hold up the grocery store and he shoots him and he goes, "Clean up on aisle 6." It's just horrible stuff. But it made for a good parody in this movie.
Right. I love the scene in the grocery store where Simon Pegg is fighting the big guy, Michael, and he finally knocks him out and he's in a freezer and he rushes back to the main gun battle that's going on and Nick Frost's like, "So did you say chill out or something like that?" He's like, "No, I just came over and didn't say anything." "But you missed it earlier when I was fighting him."
Yeah. He's like, he's like, "I said a one-liner." Oh, man. It reminded me of Scooby-Doo a lot.
Huh?
It reminded me of Scooby-Doo with all the, creepy townspeople, that were in on the
cult.
The murder,
yeah. There's the scene where he discovers the bodies underground.
Yeah.
And,
the big bearded guy.
Yeah, he's got the big bushy beard. But the living statue is in there.
Oh yeah, what was that? What was that all about? I kept expecting them to tell a little bit more about the living statue guy.
He was just an annoyance. He was, not
performance artist.
Yeah, just disturbing the town. Not part of the idyllic scenery.
Okay, tangent. That reminds me. Of
You have to actually say tangent. The whole show is a tangent
of our of our weird downtown sculptures with all those fake people. I don't okay. Pat.
I don't know if they're there now, but
I know Pat knows.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody else that happens to accidentally be listening, there's fake people reading newspapers and watering flowers and
cleaning the street.
They're fake people, and I mean they're very they're posed really convincingly and painted really realistically.
Was there a Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, there was a Marilyn Monroe over an event that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What is the deal with that? Why do we need that?
I don't know.
They even made a bench for one of them. They put a bench there and set this guy on it. It's okay, why not just put a bench there?
Right. I don't know that they're there anymore. Because I occasionally drive through downtown when I drop off my coworker.
Uh-huh.
On my way back home. So I haven't seen them or I haven't noticed them. But the first time I saw one, it was I was at a red light and I saw this guy on the street corner.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, are you going to cross the fucking street or not?
Yeah. You're just standing there, you douchebag. Honk, honk. Everybody's like, that guy's honking at the statue. One of them actually got me. It was on 5th Street. I think it was the lady watering the plants.
Is that in the Oregon district? Or?
Yeah, it's in the Oregon. I think it was across from the record store.
Yeah.
And Jim City Record. Yeah, I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
And because she was just paused there, frozen, and I was like, what is going on with that lady? And I get up closer and I'm like, oh, it's one of those fucking statues. Because they're mostly centralized in the downtown area,
right?
And that one was sort of creeping out towards the the suburbs, or whatever. I mean,
I saw that one too, but I saw that one at 4 a.m. So I'm like, what the fuck is that person doing out here at 4 in the goddamn morning?
Watering their flowers, yeah.
So weird. Should you be killed out here?
Yeah. This is Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
We're number 5 in murder capital of the cities of the U.S. Man.
But at least no one's trying to pass them off as accidents.
Ooh. Which this movie is all about.
Yes. I don't know. we're probably done talking about the movie.
I
I'm not sure.
was going to say, this is one of those movies, it's sort of like Shoot 'em Up. It's a lot like Shoot 'em Up where, I mean, you don't really need to know the plot because it's really secondary.
Right.
It's mostly about the sweet action and the hilarious comedy.
Yeah. But I really like Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright when they work together.
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen their TV show that they did before all this.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
They had a show called Spaced, which I guess there was one episode of Spaced which led into them doing Shaun of the Dead.
Maybe you did tell me about this. That sounds familiar.
But Simon Pegg played a comic book artist.
Yeah, and Simon Bisley did the art, right?
I have no idea about that. You keep making that up. I'm not sure where you got that information from.
Someone told me that.
But could be true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying otherwise, but not that I know. But no, it was like when I saw Shaun of the Dead, I loved that movie. I still love that movie.
It is great.
And, I will definitely go see any other collaborations that they do.
Wright and Pegg.
Wright and Pegg, yeah. And Frost, of course.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Yeah, he was Simon Pegg's cohort in Shaun of the Dead, the video game playing zombie.
Right.
And he was the other cop in this movie.
Yeah. I guess they have with Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are like the first two parts of what they're calling the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy.
Oh, really?
Because in both movies there's a lot of blood
and they eat
ice cream. Yeah.
Wow. Maybe the next one will be like, Dairy Queen murder mystery or something.
Yeah, who knows? Well, it's Cornetto's.
Cornetto's?
Cornetto's is the ice cream brand that they eat.
Is it in both of them? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Different flavors. I think like this one is mint. And, like the first one was like chocolate chip or something like that.
Those are great scenes too when he's buying the ice cream.
Yeah.
There's it's like a repetition that happens like 4 times in the movie. It's a funny gag.
Yeah. So I will definitely see whatever their third Blood and Ice Cream movie is. And, I'll even go see, even though Simon Pegg's not in it, I will go see the Scott Pilgrim movie that Edgar Wright is directing.
Oh, the comic book?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And apparently, the rumor has it still that he may do Ant-Man afterwards.
Oh, yeah, I'd heard a rumor about that.
Yeah. And of course, Simon Pegg is Scotty in the new Star Trek.
That's pretty cool. That guy deserves to get his just desserts.
Yeah.
No pun intended with ice cream, but he's a great actor.
Did you ever watch Big Nothing? I know you had it.
The Big Nothing?
Yeah, with Simon Pegg and David Schwimmer.
Oh, yeah. Simon Pegg is the only good thing in that movie.
No way. No.
I hate that movie.
Oh.
But I love Simon Pegg in that movie.
You're a terrible human being.
Well, okay, here is wherein the problem lied in that movie with me. My brother, me and him are both big Coen Brothers fans.
Right.
And he told me, he's like, hey, I got this movie from Blockbuster. You should borrow it. He's like, I rented it just because I thought it sounded good. And I watched it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this was a Coen Brothers movie. Like halfway through the movie. And he said by the end of the movie, he was like convinced that he just didn't notice that it was a Coen Brothers movie. And then when the credits rolled, it wasn't.
Right.
And then so he loaned it to me. He's like, yeah, you're going to love this. It's like a Coen Brothers movie. And they make, seriously, like, some of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
Like 4 of them, And so I started watching this movie. I was like, wow, this is really exciting. And I started watching it because, me and my brother have really similar tastes.
Right.
And we're from the same, sack and everything.
Right.
And
that's disturbing, thanks.
But so, like, midway into the movie, I'm like, this movie is fucking terrible. It's no Coen Brothers movie. It's the worst Coen Brothers movie I've ever seen. And but I couldn't stop watching it because Simon Pegg was so good in that movie. And that's the only positive thing I can really say about that movie.
Well, while I'll agree with you that he is the best thing in that movie, I disagree with you completely and think that it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just your brother built it up too much where...
Exactly.
Because I did go in kind of only vaguely knowing what it was about, and I had seen the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I guess, if someone would have told me that my favoriteest people in the world had
he's
directed
like,
it. Yeah.
Or like that it could easily be mistaken for your favorite.
Right.
Yeah, really disappointing. I'll give it a second shot. Pick it for a movie sometime.
I do kind of want to rent it again just so I can watch it once more, but I may not pick it since we both already seen it.
Yeah.
We haven't picked. I guess Teenagers from Mars is the first thing we've ever picked that we've both experienced before the show.
I think maybe
the grand world of gutter trash.
You might be right.
Well, no, All-Star Superman.
Or Goo-Tray, as I like to call it.
Goo-Tray? Don't call it that.
No, I'll never call it. I'll never call it that again. So yeah, I'm glad you chose this movie. This is a movie I've been wanting to see for a while.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of those movies, if you're looking for a good time, a fun time, you don't really have to turn your brain off, but at the same time, you know, it's not like watching some Stanley Kubrick movie where you have to consider your relationship to the world at large.
No.
It's just a fun movie.
It is, but like I said, if you do watch it on repeated viewings, you pick up so much shit that is just shown really quickly or just said really quickly in the background.
Oh, right.
That, like, you know, like the first time viewing you may not get, but like the second you're like, oh fuck, that's there.
You said like, quick snippets or whatever. Towards the beginning of the movie, there's so many like fast-paced cuts and edits that like moves the story along, but like not in a dysfunctional, like jarring way, but just in a like very, very nicely edited way.
Right. Yeah.
Like it shows the story of how he like gets on the train and gets off the train, and it's all real fast paced and like quick cuts.
Yeah, but not like Tony Scott, retarded fast cuts.
Who's Tony Scott?
Domino, Man on Fire, Ridley Scott's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A generally terrible director.
Yeah.
Even though I liked one of those movies I just mentioned. But he's like, his thing is like, you know, everything's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like short attention span theater.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much, yeah. Although I have noticed Oliver Stone is even worse at it.
Really?
But he doesn't do it so that it's like all shaky. He just does. I was watching one of his movies, Every Given Sunday, and noticed that every 3 seconds there was a cut.
Really?
Yeah. Even it'd be like, you know, people walking down a hall. Every 3 seconds there's a cut. Even if it's just them, like, you know, closer to the camera. But still having the same conversation.
Huh.
It's
kind of jarring.
Yeah, it is.
There's no time to, like, relax and invest yourself in the scene or whatever.
Plus, it's a pretty terrible movie.
I haven't seen many of his movies. Natural Born Killers is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
But I haven't seen, I'd say, at least half of his films. I haven't seen W. I've never heard a single review from a person that I've met. You know, just like.
Well, probably because everyone you know is, you know, pretty liberal, and there's no way that any of us are ever going to see a movie about, you know, pretty much the most hated person that we all have in common. Yeah.
But I don't think it's like a positive light cast upon him. I think it's more like, check out this goober.
Actually, it's not. From
really?
what I've heard. Yeah, it's more about, you know, here's just this guy. Yeah, it's one of your little slice of life comics.
Oh, really?
It's a movie.
Well, fuck, I might pick it.
Yeah.
Would you veto that one?
No, I would not.
We were talking about the vetoes earlier. We have this rule where we can veto 2 comics or 2 movies a year from, you know...
2 comics and 2 movies.
And 2 movies, yeah.
Or...
3 of one.
3 of one, right.
Right. From each other.
Right.
Like anything you pick, I can veto twice or vice versa. So far, none of us have vetoed anything, and I'm kind of worried that you may veto the next thing I'm going to pick.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out in a few minutes, eh?
Yeah.
But I like... I said this earlier, and I was thinking about it again. You know, I don't think we're going to go out of our way to try to pick something that we'll hate.
Yeah.
Right. You know, but at the same time, you know, it's... fuck. How to word this correctly.
You need your thesaurus.
I do. You know, we're... It's like if it's something that like neither of us have read or watched. You know, I don't think I could ever veto anything like that because, you know, well, neither of us know.
Sweet. Then you're not going to veto this one.
Exactly, yeah.
Because neither one of us have read this.
All right. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's take a break, and then we'll find out if I do veto it or not.
All right. Well, I have a good backup in case you do.
All right. First, I got to look at this.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Yes.
Who is that?
It's Kevin Nolan.
Kevin Nolan drew that?
Yeah, Kevin Nolan drew that. It's a Doctor Strange pinup.
Wow. You know, his first published work was a Doctor Strange comic.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back in just a second. What the fuck was that?
That's all I mean.
I apologize to our listener.
That's right. Shoo-doo-doo.
How you doing?
Oh, excellent. I was considering getting another beer on that break, but
Yeah.
I need to
Sober up.
I need to drive home in a little bit. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll I don't know.
Mess around on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watch a Rescue Me or something.
Ooh,
Wake
okay.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that theme song, the opening credit.
It's a great theme song.
If that was my alarm clock every morning, I would never, ever hit snooze. It would wake me up so fast.
I think that is probably one of my favorite ever theme songs for any show. Second would be like Night Court, and then third would be Barney Miller.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are good. Golden Girls is pretty good.
Golden Girls is infectious. In fact, I have it in my head right now.
If you threw a party...
Oh, fuck. You bastard.
Invited everyone you
Invited
knew.
everyone you knew.
You would see.
The
biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say...
Thank you for being a friend.
That's right.
That was almost as gay as Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Hot Fuzz.
Almost.
Maybe a little more.
Well, yes. Because that wasn't rehearsed or acted.
No.
That was us actually knowing that shit.
Yeah. Plus, I think we've revealed ourselves and our homosexuality so many times on this show.
Oh,
that, it's not even funny at this point.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. It's more like a...
it's just a fact of life.
It's a fact, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can, if you're down, I can
Watch some
withstand an episode of something.
Okay.
Because
sure.
I don't have to get up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I don't have to get up till 8:30, so
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
I get to sleep in a whole 2 hours.
Nice.
Get up at 6.
Wow. You lazy bastard.
Or something. The fuck? It's just you starting a jug band? Is that going to be part of our band?
Yeah. The Sparkle Fox.
I thought it was going to be Ned the Bull now.
Oh, Ned the Bull, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a much better name. If you get that reference, send your name and address on a self-addressed stamped envelope and receive a free sketch by one of the Gutter Trash members.
Alright. It's 2 contests, 2 weeks. Alright.
Yeah. But I gave no address, so that was never going
to... They can email us and find out later.
Email, email
us.
the answer.
Yeah. I forget what the first contest was.
Something about Winda Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Winda Hulk. People like the Winda Hulk.
I was going to throw up $500 or something.
That's right.
Which is probably a bad idea because I don't really have $500.
Yeah. Well, you'll find it somewhere.
I'll just steal it from the store.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I did when I worked there.
Oh, yeah. Skim off the top and the bottom and the sides.
Oh, yeah. We were lush with Pokemon sales at that time.
Oh, 1998 was the... It was like, seriously, people were just dumping money in our laps.
Yeah. Man, I tell the story occasionally to anyone who stops long enough for me to talk to.
All right.
But which is usually not often. So I have to.
So here we go.
Yeah. Man, when I was working with the At Mavericks, and I don't know whether it was just because I was the new guy at the time, or just because I wasn't trusted to work anywhere else.
Right.
Because you were the comic guy, and Little Jeremy was the magic guy.
Right.
And Joji was secondary comic guy.
And there's probably a sports guy. But
there was a sports guy.
Oh, Mike. It was Mike and Jeff.
Mike and Jeff, and I think even Paul was working there at the time, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We were staffed.
Oh, I know. And so, because everyone else was already an expert in everything else, I got shoved into the Pokemon corner.
Right.
And had to quickly become an expert in that.
Yeah.
Most of that knowledge I have thankfully forgotten.
Oh, lucky you.
The fact that I still know what the fuck a Charizard is still bothers me, though. I know you had your nightmares.
I had my nightmares about Charizard. Because sometimes, like, there were some days that I would go in there and I would work for 10 hours, and 10 hours behind the Pokemon counter because it was this non-stop, vicious, like, tirade of children with their grandparents and their parents' money, like, just dumping it in our laps, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was so mind-numbingly... Oh my gosh, it was
insane.
It was insane.
I'm pretty sure that when Jack hired me and you knew that I was going to be shoved there, that you were just like, thank fucking God.
I was like, you were my guardian angel.
Well, anyway, in my hell, I recall one kid coming in, dropping down $50 for a Charizard and then like 2 other cards.
Yeah.
$50, and the kid had it. And then whipped out his cell phone, and this is 1999.
Yeah. Everybody didn't have cell phones.
Exactly.
And
hell, I only got a cell phone 2 years ago.
And this kid was what, 12?
At most.
Mm-hmm.
Calls his mom, Mom, I need more money. And then 10 minutes later, he comes back with $100 and buys more Pokemon cards.
Wow. What is wrong with parents today?
If I could call my mom and say, hey, Mom, I need more money, she'd just start laughing.
Yeah. She's like, where do you expect me to get that from?
Yeah. Let alone $100. For I don't know. I'm talking, if I asked her for $5, she's like, well, why do you need it?
Right. And then you say, well, Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that was... I think that was the point in time where I was just really convinced that I hated every single human being on the face of the planet.
Yeah, but if you work retail and it is insanely busy, like I could only imagine if you worked at a mall, or if I worked at a mall, I could not deal with that.
Yeah.
Like just that insanity. Like I like people, I generally do, like even strangers, but that sort of rabid, nonstop annoyance. Oh my gosh, I was ready to off myself.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to off myself. I was ready to off every little brat that came in.
Yeah.
And especially when they started getting bitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd like open the case to get a card out, and they'd all
just
stick
start
their hands
grabbing
in.
it. Yeah.
You're like, get off of you little monsters!
Oh God.
But now the kids are cool that come in there. I mean, they buy Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're really...
It's because it's not as insane as it was.
Yeah, there's not too many of them, and I'm fine with them now.
I'm still not. I'm still punchy from it. Yeah.
I stopped having the nightmares. I went through hypnotherapy, and it worked out good. But speaking of kids,
yeah,
if I can segue,
all right.
I picked a comic
All right.
for us to review.
Okay.
It's a DC comic.
Okay.
It's not a Vertigo comic.
All right. So it's a superhero book.
It's a superhero book.
And you think I'm going to veto it.
I think it's a possibility.
You told me this, and like I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what the fuck it could be.
Well,
yeah.
It's Art Baltazar and Franco's Tiny Titans, Welcome to the Treehouse.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Really?
Yeah.
Tiny Titans?
I mean, I know what Tiny Titans is, but what's Welcome to the trade?
It's just a trade of the first 6 issues of Tiny Titans.
Okay.
I've really been wanting to read this ever since the first issue came out.
Okay.
But I was like, it kind of looks like a kid's book. But every time I look at it, it kind of looks like there's more to it.
Uh-huh.
And the trade came out a few weeks ago, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy this trade, and we're going to review it on the show.
All right.
Barring any forthcoming vetoes.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not going to veto it.
Awesome.
And I really look forward to reading it.
Sweet. That's great.
I am really fucking down for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
And, hell, I've been reading the Mike Kunkel Power of Shazam comic.
Oh, yeah.
It's also one of their kids' books.
The Hero Bear guy.
Yeah, which also I love.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm down with good kids' comics.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it up. Let's skateboard around the block and eat some ice cream and read Tiny Titans.
Hey, as we learned from today's movie, you don't have to be a kid to eat ice cream.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of skateboarding, just completely off topic, except for the skateboarding part. Yesterday we didn't have our weekly drawing night,
right,
and so I spent all night here by myself crying, and I was also trying to get a universal remote to work on my TV, and it didn't. So fuck GE.
Yeah, you were like,
oh wait, I work for GE. Never mind. I love GE.
You were pushing buttons that were like turning off lights in other parts of the house.
Yeah, like what the fuck? My stereo kept going on and off, and I wasn't even pointing at it. So once I got bored of that, but I had my TV on just so I could make sure that everything worked, and I was on one of those weird sort of digital channels that no one else has, and a movie came on with Josh Brolin called Thrashin'.
Really?
From the mid-'80s, and he plays a skateboarder.
It's like Gleam in the Cube, sort of.
I don't know what Gleam in the Cube was about.
It's a skateboarding movie.
But it was about this kid who was from L.A. or something, like a rich kid, and he goes out to some slum or whatever to compete in some big skateboarding championship with all his skateboarding friends who live out there, and he gets involved with some skateboarding toughs.
Oh, they have suicidal tendencies jackets or anything.
Yeah, and the one tough guy that I saw, he had a one dangly earring.
Oh, that is the sign of a tough guy.
A knife with a skull on it, but he was asking his girlfriend if maybe he should wear the hoop instead. But but they had graffiti all over the car and everything, and they built a half pipe and.
Josh Brolin, was he really skateboarding?
I don't know if he was really skateboarding, but the movie made it look as if he was.
Yeah, that's the magic of cinema.
Yes. Because, whenever you really saw him skateboarding, it was a wide shot, but then you would see his face, but then you wouldn't see him actually doing anything.
Oh, yeah. So probably not.
So, yeah, most likely not. Especially when it got to, him doing tricks and shit, on the half pipe or doing some ollies and some.
Oh, I bet that was a great movie. I bet that was fun.
What the hell? Anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry. I had to just mention that I saw that movie.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, we didn't do drawing night last night.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's like the first time we've skipped a drawing night in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know, because usually we move to Fridays, but just lately I've been so tired that when I got home this past Friday, I didn't get home till like 9:30.
Right.
So, yeah, I just wasn't in the mood to draw at that point in time. But, yeah, looking forward to doing it next Saturday.
Next Saturday, drawing night.
Yeah, last time
the
at
last
your
drawing
house.
night at Gainsborough.
Yeah, I'm a little sad.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss Zippy.
And
No, I'm not gonna miss Zippy. But
you'll miss. Well, all my pets will be there.
Yeah, I know your pets will be there, but your room was so cool though.
Oh yeah,
and I know you said the room that you're moving into now is similar, but
it's strikingly similar. It's really
there's still there's like a nuance.
Yeah,
and plus
it even has the wood paneling though.
Yeah,
I mean it really does.
Yeah.
The new one.
But it's going to be in a different neighborhood, so then I'll be worried about my car. And, worried about the Chinese people being able to find us.
Oh, I know. We ordered Chinese food. And
it's like they've just gotten it down now.
Yeah, that's true. They finally have learned how to get there.
No, they haven't.
No.
The last time we ordered from there, it took 2 hours?
It was like 2 hours, yeah.
And they had, you called them like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And they called at least twice.
Yeah. It's like keep us on file. We order once a week for the last 2 years. You should probably know where we are by now.
Yeah. And every single week you have to spell the name of your street.
Yeah.
What's the name of your new street? Is it something hard to spell?
Carlisle. There's a silent
S.
Oh, we're fucked. Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like Domino's Pizza from here on out. Oh shit.
Shit.
Oh well.
But yeah, I'll have to deal with your new roommates.
We were actually going to be a lot closer to the Chinese place that delivers, so we could just pick it up.
Will we?
It's like really close to Linden Avenue, where I'm living.
Linden. The Chinese place we order from is on.
It's on Smithville.
It's on Smithville, yeah.
But it's really close to the corner of Smithville and Linden.
Oh, okay.
So we could actually just jet down there and pick that shit up.
Yeah, why do that? Let's just
find some other place to
why they have delivery so that we don't have to leave.
There has to be a Chinese delivery near that place, I bet.
There
was Chef Leo's.
You said it's near Wyoming, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. There's Chef Leo's on Wyoming.
Well, I don't know. Is that a Chinese place?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe that's the place I'm thinking of then. Because I know there's a Chinese delivery place on there. I just didn't know it was called Chef Leo's. Because that's certainly not a Chinese name.
Leo, not traditionally Chinese.
Yeah. But, I bet they have awesome food. Because
it's been there forever and it's tiny.
Yeah, well, there's that. And any Chinese place that doesn't have to call themselves Dragon Golden whatever.
Yeah. If
Dragon Golden Dynasty.
Or China.
Or China. Then
China Dragon Dynasty.
Yeah. Then it's probably excellent.
Yeah. And this place, I think they have, it's like a dual thing. Like, how like Yummy Burger had Thai food and cheeseburgers?
Right.
This place is like Chinese and like Mexican, I think. I think it's Chinese and Mexican.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We could get enchiladas and crab rangoons.
Oh, fuck. No. You don't even know. You and I have spoken about this numerous times about how awesome it would be to have Mexican delivery.
Uh-huh.
Because there used to be a pizza place called Piccadilly Circus Pizza. And they would have specials every once in a while. You could order them anytime you wanted. But when they had the special, you could order a large pizza and then get 6 tacos. And every time they had that special, I would order that so I could get 6 tacos.
Yeah. Well,
I was more worried about the tacos. That's what I wanted.
You just throw the pizza. You give the pizza to your cats.
Yeah. I would eat the pizza too, but, because they had really good pizza. But
Piccadilly Circus. I was in Beaver Creek.
No, it was in... it was near Three Amigos on Dixie.
Oh, okay.
They were open till 4 a.m. every day, and they delivered. And my ex and I would order from them here They also deliver it out to the TV station where I used to work at.
What's that? Okay.
So, like, occasionally, like, when I had to work a third shift or whatever, like, I'd order from them at, like, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they'd come out with my pizza and my tacos.
That's great. That's the best time to eat pizza and tacos.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, this really is the Dayton, Ohio episode where, like, all we're talking about is, like, landmarks and guided by voices.
Hell, I'm down. Like I said, we're from here.
Represent.
We love it.
Represent.
Hells yeah. But we should probably stop talking.
Gutter Trash can be downloaded at www.guttertrash.net, iTunes, Podcast Alley, and Feedburner. You can also find us at myspace.com/guttertrash_net, seanborn.net, and buyerbewarecomics.blogspot.com. Contact us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. We'll see you next time.